Hey everybody, my name is Russ. That is Lauren. Welcome to our Sunday vinyl video. If this is your first time with us, I know everyone says this, but please do hit the like button on the video because that helps out. And as we go through our discussion, if you are a Tesla fan and you picked this up or you couldn't find it or whatever, any of the points that we make, please share your thoughts in the comments below. Or if you weren't able to find it and you have further questions on it or anything like that, by all means, drop the comment. We'll be happy to help. The Tesla Reel to Reel series was a two different volume set that they put out many years ago. I want to say originally it was mid 2000s, something like that, like 2005, 6, somewhere around there. I could be way off on that. Tesla fans, correct me if I'm wrong, but they out of nowhere just decided to do a very good set of recordings of a bunch of covers of songs that either by bands that either influenced them or favorites and whatnot. And thus by the title of it, the Reel to Reel, it's, no computers used, no auto tune. It's a rock band doing rock band things. Mm-hmm. And what I like is everything that they're covering on it was done that same way as well. So it's a nod to the way everything was done.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Initially. We usually go through everything about the, release, what we think is important, the, packaging, the sound, the price, and the value. We already reviewed Reel to Reel 1 from last year's Record Store Day.
We did.
On the channel. And to be honest, this is going to echo a lot of it. There are I can't think of any difference actually between the two. Pricing was even the same as well. So that is a good thing though, because I have seen Record Store Days where things that are later in the series, they take shortcuts on packaging or the way it's mastered and so on. So I was kind of worried. I thought, this better be as good as the first one.
I'm impressed with all of the continuity. I believe Troy's even wearing the same shirt in pictures on both.
Right.
So good for you.
Right. As far as the packaging goes, this is probably the most plain Jane part of it. It was well-ish on the outside, the cover and everything. I know why you're making that face because it was the inside is quite a bit better. But I'll get to that in a minute. As far as the packaging goes, I have the same complaint with this that I have with anything, and probably complained about this in the first video as well. Cardboard inner sleeves instead of any sort. Like for me, if you're going to charge me, a premium for a price and for a piece, and it's going to be a Record Store Day piece, at least give me some anti-static inner sleeves in there. But again, that's the thing, like me and everybody who is passionate about that type of thing, we always have them on hand to replace them anyways. The packaging, the cover and everything, when I say it's plain Jane, even then it's supposed to be, it's supposed to be a very basic cover for these these 5 guys got together and recorded these covers. But the gatefold is where, in my opinion, the magic's at. Oh,
there's so many notes about each song. So you get background on the original track and then information about why they chose it for this, and then information about them recording it and what it means to them. And then the whole layout of the whole thing has mixtape doodles all over. It's fantastic. It feels very this is a weird word to use, but you can tell how authentic this is, right? That it feels very earnest in its presentation.
And I think that we don't step too much into reviewing the actual album itself. If you're a Tesla fan, you probably know this is great. But I feel like it comes across in the performances
for sure
as well. As far as the sound goes, again, this sounds fantastic. A very You Are There type performance. Yeah. You turn this up loud enough, you will think Tesla's in your living room. Mixed really well. It's mixed in what I call the Ted Templeman type way for the Van Halen stuff, where if you're sitting in the center of the speakers, you can tell where each person is. But each one, including songs that maybe use sound effects or instruments that Tesla usually doesn't use, it's all mixed really well. And all very true to the originals, with little twists here and there that are great. Yeah,
we had a good time being that's fun the way they did that. So if you haven't heard any of this, you will enjoy. If these are songs right, then you will know the vast majority of them.
Well, it's funny. One thing you had mentioned about the notes in there too. Some of these songs are lower in a key or half step up or whatever for whatever reason. Probably mostly to do with what Jeff can sing at his age or whatever. who by the way sounds amazing for his age. So like don't mean that in a negative
I know.
way. But I thought it was funny that in the notes, if the original key was changed, it tells you.
It tells you. Yeah.
Changed to.
I feel like they did that to like preempt people. They're doing this in a different key. Like it's like, no, we've admitted this.
No, they did that to preempt me, who goes, this I have step down, right? Like this one, yeah. This is what I do all the time. As far as price goes, so $60 for a 2 LP set. Now, again, I'm anytime I pay, more. So if you look at this, it's $30 a record. Anytime I pay more than 20 or $25 for a record and I don't get an anti-stick and just leave them on a throw fit. So just know that. But
I cleaned it up.
Yeah, right. But I knew this going in. Like I knew that the first one was packaged that way. I knew
right.
This
So
was
you knew.
Yeah. So. And again, too, we've talked about this many times before. There are current artists whose 1 LP sets cost, $40, $45. So 2 LPs with all the extra notes and all that stuff, and these sounding as good as they do, $59 I don't think was a bad, and especially with it being only available on Record Store Day. That's another thing you could just tack another premium on, and people buy it anyways. That are fans.
This makes sense to me.
As far as the value goes, for me, the value is there because. Like there are songs on here that I'm not overly familiar with. The intent here is to turn you on to music that you didn't know before, or hear songs and go, oh well, it totally makes sense that Tesla loves that song, or that they were influenced by that.
Yep.
And there were things on here too that I like how they stretch out to a certain extent, like Ball Confusion, War Pigs, like something like even like Shooting Star. I don't know that that's something you would assume that Tesla would. I mean, just because they have a lot of acoustic guitars in their rock songs doesn't mean that, and they must know Shooting Star really well.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, I love first of all, Shooting Star, the way they started that made me go, woo.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah. So for me, the value's all the way there. Like I don't see any reason why, as a fan of Tesla or any of these songs, I don't know. And one of the things that we put value in is my thought is with this, like we will absolutely listen to some sides of this randomly on our own. But when we have folks over to listen to music, it's the type of thing you put on to have people be like, I know this song, but I don't know this version.
Yeah.
You're like, the love song guys? Yeah. There's more to them than the love song guys.
So much. And like, again, with the presentation of it, right, with all like the mixtape kind of doodles on there and stuff, I can't help but think like both volumes of this, it's like Tesla made a mixtape for us to have you go like, this is who we are and thank you for listening to us all of this time. So like, that's kind of, I'm like, Tesla's sending me a message.
Right.
With, you know what I mean? What does this mixtape mean?
Right.
And it just means they love me.
Right. There you go. So if you're a Tesla fan and you, like I say at the top, if you did pick this up, what do you think of it? Are we overstating how cool we thought the packaging was, or the the sound of the LPs or anything? Or if you didn't pick it up and you have questions, by all means, feel free to ask. Or I always put pictures up throughout the video. If you have other questions on things that you can't see in the video or whatever, I'm always happy to reply and help out with those. So drop us a comment. If this is your first time with us, we have a whole ton of videos on the channel already. So hit the subscribe button, notification bell, go back and look at everything we already have and know that we have a new vinyl video coming every single Sunday. That is Lauren. My name is Russ. Thank you so much for watching.